TJ,
Sucks.
it's time for your top 10 teams going in to week 18, the season finale of this season of the NFL. Are you ready?
Whoa. Hold on.
Tuesday.
I feel like you're attacking him right now.
Well,
On a Tuesday.
last week his top 10 was so bad he got injured.
Really good.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, guys?
Okay, how about this, baby? A number 10 on a ball. Wow.
Wait, jeez. Okay, this is a
Whoa! I made you look. I'll go next.
He's ruining the flow right now.
this is a
Yeah.
crazy week. This is hard. And
What's hard?
this holding this
The whole list.
this week was tough to make, I'll be honest. And this week I feel like any team could be anywhere. This is one of those
Great,
weeks,
so he's
you
gonna
know?
Even
do
the
this.
Jaguars?
Yeah.
Dog. They beat the Bills.
They need to beat another team this upcoming week. Like,
Yeah. So all right, we'll just see
Awesome.
how it feels.
so that was it? That's all you had to say?
That's
And
all,
to
yeah, you
ruin
stopped
the
us
flow
at
of
that.
All the
everything?
momentum for that.
There's a lot of different switches.
You could have said that as we were into the 10th team.
Dog, get into the
I hope you have a lot to say about your number 10 team because number 10.
Colts.
Colts.
There was
trying to
number
say?
6 last week, and they
A
dropped down
4-piece.
a 4-banger.
Wow.
They dropped a 4-piece McNugget from McDonald's.
You know
What
why?
do you
Because
call
they
that?
needed to win.
What's that
They
called?
needed to
Jumper.
win.
Doesn't he call that
Yeah,
a
are you
jumper?
a jumper?
You know why? Because they needed to win. And what did they do? They lost. And
It's
what
not
did
like they
Carson do?
lost by a ton of points.
Oh, but they did, and they needed to
But they
win.
didn't. They
But
lost
now
by a
look at
game-winning
30.
field goal with no time
But
remaining.
look at them now.
I'm looking at them.
They're screwed.
All right, so that's how this is gonna go.
No, look at them now. They're screwed. They might get into the playoffs.
Okay,
They have
now
to beat
let's-
Jacksonville.
Exactly. And when's the last time I beat them?
2014.
This year?
years
Whenever they played them and beat them this year?
No.
yeah.
They beat him.
By-
You're talking about
At
last-
7
Jacksonville.
points?
For
There
whatever
you
reason,
go.
though, apparently they had a stat where I guess like the past 4 or 5 times that Indy has played in Jacksonville, Indy's
That's what I'm
lost.
saying. When have they
But
last
I don't,
beat them?
I don't know. I don't see it happening.
Dog, I've
but-
ran the simulations through my brain, and this
Or through
one is
Madden.
going to be a Jaguars victory.
So you're picking Jacksonville this week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
You heard it here first.
So
Unless
listen,
there's like some injury that comes up.
the Colts
Injury.
Like
would've-
who?
Like Trevor Lawrence.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
how'd I know that was going to be the name that you said?
yeah, 'cause he's done a lot for them this season. The Colts didn't need to win to solidify their playoff.
Yeah, they're still in the
berth.
playoffs.
They're
which I
still
don't
in the playoffs
understand.
right now.
Maybe.
They could still beat the Jaguars, which is a pretty easy game, you would think. So, I mean, they still control their destiny. It's not like they really shot themselves in the foot too much, but that was a pretty stupid loss. But again, John Madden passing away. Is that motivation for the Raiders? Is that why the
Exactly.
Raiders won?
I don't think
So-
that's. I don't think.
Colts will be fine. They'll be in. Ain't nothing but
You
chicken
say
wing.
that now, but you are sweating under that
I'm
hoodie.
really
dude.
not.
You take that hoodie off. That
What
shirt's
is-
soaked.
Yeah, because we got to be rooting for the Colts to lose.
I just say you don't want the Colts.
You know what
No,
I'm saying?
if
We
they
ain't
lose-
nothing but chicken wing type deal. What are you trying to say, dog? We're trying to have them lose so the Steelers can have a chance
That's
to
what
get
I'm
in.
saying, dog.
The Steelers ain't winning next week. I'm
So
sorry.
you want the Colts to be in the playoffs. more
This
than
is-
you
this
do.
They
is-
already
but the
beat this
Steelers
guy.
aren't gonna
We need
win.
to get this guy out of there.
You need to get kicked out of here immediately.
need to take
Jeff,
your
'cause
hoodie off.
This is unacceptable.
That is
The
To be
Steelers
quite
are not
honest.
going to win next week.
To be quite honest, you need to leave right now and never come back because like I'm not vibing with what you're throwing down.
Wow.
Well, not how I feel week to week with you, Tom. Mister,
Dog.
I'd rather be in Cleveland.
Dog.
Yeah, that
You
was
say
pretty bad.
questionable things every
I
week
say-
about the Steelers.
I'm
You were saying, I hope they lose all these games. I don't even care if they go 500. That's what you were saying the past like 2 weeks. So shut the heck up, Tom. Shut up.
Joe.
So shut up. How do you like that?
How about you let me talk?
Huh? You were counting them out a long
Joe
time ago.
got caught in a pickle right now, and he is using an attack method.
Understand what you've been saying.
Offense.
You're saying, oh, I hope the Steelers lose at this point so they get a better draft pick. I don't even care if they go 500.
Okay, you're literally saying the same thing now, and you were so against it.
No, I'm not saying the same thing.
No,
I
you
don't think
are.
they're going
You
to win.
literally
I don't
did.
think the Steelers are going to win. If they win, then yeah.
You just said, oh, they're going to win. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. Like, you're rooting for them to win, and now you're saying, oh, Steelers are losing anyways.
I'm
What's
saying
it
it's
matter?
an easy win for them. How does that compare to the Steelers at all?
But is it?
Ain't nothing but chicken wing for them to beat
And
Jacksonville.
you're counting the Steelers out to lose to Baltimore already.
But
Well,
they
they are
beat the
gonna lose.
Bills.
Exactly. So
They
what
put
do you,
everything
what you-
they had into this last game.
Yeah, but they beat the Baltimore.
But it's like you're rooting. It's like you're rooting
I'm
for
not.
the Colts
You've been
to
rooting
win.
against the Steelers like for 3 weeks now. So what
no,
are you on
I haven't
about?
been rooting against the Steelers.
Yeah, you
for
have
3
been.
weeks.
I'd rather them have a better draft pick at this point.
What? Okay, that was.
Yeah, you said that. Shut up. You said that. You said it, Tom. You said you wanted to go to Cleveland, Tom. So go to Cleveland.
Okay, so I said Cleveland. I would rather be Cleveland the next 5 years than Pittsburgh.
Chump.
I said that.
Yeah.
I said
And then
that.
you said you wanted us to lose so we get a better draft pick.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. So shut up.
Logan, how'd you do
Okay,
that?
and now you're literally on that boat at this point.
No, I'm not. I want them to win. I just don't think they're
You're
going
just saying
to.
how you want the Colts to win.
I didn't say I wanted them to win. I said it ain't nothing but a chicken wing
nothing but a
because they're
chicken wing.
playing Jacksonville.
Did anybody else hear
You
how he
hag.
said it? Did anybody else hear how he said it? Ain't nothing but a chicken wing.
Because it's an easy win, you dummy.
Well, apparently not, though, because apparently they've lost the past 5 times there in Jacksonville. Oh, and the Steelers just going to lose to Baltimore all of a sudden.
Probably.
Okay, so
15 minutes later.
I don't want it
where
to
are we at?
happen.
So
I don't
where
want
are
it
we
to
at here?
happen.
So
But
where are
it's
we
probably
at
going to
here?
happen.
What are you pointing at, Logan?
Next number.
What is this?
Number 9.
What's this
15 minutes
video?
later.
Number 9.
Hey, they didn't
The
move.
Patriots.
Why didn't
The
they move?
Patriots.
Because other teams had to go up, other teams had to come down.
They had a
Why do you always say that?
40-point
Like, explain
victory.
yourself about the New England
I said
Patriots.
They had
It's
a
like,
40-point victory over the team that you think is going to beat the Colts next week.
Oh, yeah.
I use
bro, because look, we're gonna get to number 8. Oh, because some team had to move down, some team had to move up. How about like an explanation?
I can't explain it until they're exposed. I'm not going to say, oh, well, this team had to move down if
But
they're
what
not
is
shown.
it? The Patriots weren't impressive enough to move up at
They were
all.
very impressive. I can't move them up because other teams had to move up and other teams
If
had
you
to come
say
down.
that for these next couple,
Doug, once you see
oh,
who's
because
ahead
the
of 'em-
Patriots couldn't move up, so I had to move this team up.
Doug,
That's what
last
you're gonna
week
say.
I said that, and then you did the same thing, and then I showed the team, and you went, "Oh, okay." I
Because
get that.
people
I
want an
accept that."
explanation of why they are where they are. What did they not? What did they have to do that game to be able to move up?
They didn't do anything.
There's nothing
wrong.
they could have done?
They didn't do anything wrong. They played a great game. It's not about them. It's about the other teams did worse and other teams did better. So they had to move up, and they couldn't move
I
anywhere.
used all my energy already.
Yeah, you
I
used
feel
a lot of
like-
it. Yeah.
But this is bad.
That's bad.
But, dude, they won 50-10, dog.
Yeah,
What-
I know.
What could they have done but won up?
Dog.
Nothing.
They were the other
60
team
points
stand.
maybe.
Okay, we'll get to the other teams, and then we'll let him explain why he thinks they're better than the Patriots.
Oh man. All right,
With
go ahead.
factual
All right, move
information,
number,
and
go
not
to-
that they're just nice though.
go to
whatever
number
the heck
8.
he
So
said.
go to
Nice
number
with
8.
it.
Number 8.
The Cowboys. Now the Cowboys are there because they were at number 5 last week.
Brought them back to
Okay, so
reality.
that is 100% irrelevant with the New England
No,
Patriots.
that's
at this
not
point.
irrelevant because they had to bump down.
But they didn't. But they didn't affect the Patriots spot whatsoever because the Patriots are already lower than them.
Dog, I couldn't put the Patriots above the Cowboys.
I'm not saying you should have. I'm
Okay, so-
saying this has no effect on the Patriots ranking whatsoever.
Yes, it does.
How? Because they
'Cause
were
if they
above them
didn't-
last week, and they're still above them this week.
Because if they put up 0 points, then they would be below the Patriots. But they didn't. They put up a great game against the Cardinals. I had to bump them down because they lost.
You know they lost.
I know. That's why I moved them from 5 to 8, dog. What part of this aren't you understanding?
I'm understanding it. I'm literally saying it doesn't have any effect on the Patriots ranking. There had to be
Yes,
a team.
it
There had to be a
does.
team, like you said, that jumped the Patriots for them not to move up.
Yeah.
Did he not say that?
There is.
Okay.
You didn't get there yet. You want me to ruin the whole video and expose it?
I'm just saying. All that I'm saying is this didn't have any effect
Yes,
on the
it does.
Patriots.
Because if the Cowboys didn't put up any points,
I'm
I would
saying
bump-
it didn't this week.
Yes, it
because,
did.
How? Because
They were number 5.
but the Patriots were lower than them already. The Patriots were at 9 last week.
I couldn't bump the Patriots above them, though.
Okay, but you didn't, so therefore it didn't have any effect.
What did the Cowboys show to make them fall? What, 4 spots, 3 spots?
They were number 5, now they're number 8. Can't do
He's
math.
He's jumping all around.
They didn't get the job done. I feel like they definitely...
They could have got the job done if
They
it wasn't for a
could've.
ref call. That
Okay, you
might
know
have
what?
messed
Don't
up.
just put it on that, though. Don't just put it on that.
What are you talking about? You even said it yourself yesterday.
You're right, but like, don't just you act like Dak had a fantastic game. If he would have been
I'm
better, they
not.
could have
I'm
won that
saying.
game.
I'm saying the game was close. They played a good team. It's not like they got blown out.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
It's not like the
Just put it
Cardinals put
on
up a
them.
million points
Yeah, the
on
refs
them.
kind of cost them there, but that wasn't the. They still could have won besides that call. They should have. They
could've.
didn't do anything that whole game.
Okay, I mean,
They did.
You can't say they didn't do anything all game because they competed all game, and the game was close.
The way they were
Nah,
playing,
Dak
they
It was
wasn't
a
should've
there.
did
3-point
more.
game at
Dak
the end.
wasn't great. Yeah, but Cardinals were winning that the whole game until maybe the fourth.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I don't think
From
it's
where the
worst
expectations are, the Cowboys, they should have done a lot better.
But
So
your
I bumped them down.
expectations for the Cowboys are low to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
I knew they were going to come back to reality here.
They
so
had to be bumped down.
3 spots?
I don't even know.
I
What,
think
I don't
the
even
other
know what
teams
we're
had to be
arguing
bumped
about.
up.
to be
I
honest.
think 3 spots is a lot.
But once
I
you
do.
see who bumped up, maybe it'll make a little bit of a difference.
All right. Number 7.
The Bengals.
Okay.
They had to be up. They had to go above the Patriots. They had to go above the Cowboys.
Where were they at before?
They were at number 10.
Okay.
Man, everybody
They-
jumping 3-4 spots here.
They had the most impressive win.
Why aren't they higher than
That's what I'm
7?
thinking.
Because the other teams played better than them. Because they had to stay above them. Why? Why? This is what I'm asking. Why? I just want an explanation on why they are where they are without saying other teams have to be above them.
You're like that.
Because they played and beat the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
You're like that.
They came back from 21-7 whenever a lot of people, including myself, thought that the game was over early because the Chiefs just seemed unstoppable to begin with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you have to say about the Bengals?
You're like a 3-legged dog at the animal shelter dog.
What is that?
Everyone's
have-
passing up on you because you just keep barking.
I
and
feel like everybody
barking
would
and
want the
barking.
3-legged dog. I would want the 3-legged dog.
Oh, yeah, how you gonna play
I would
that?
go straight for the 3-legged dog.
Why?
If
Huh?
I'm being real, I don't want a 3-legged dog.
You're
I
like
don't
that
know.
dog at the pound that just keeps barking and barking, and then you go to pet it and it goes "Arr," and tries to bite you, and nobody wants it. Why do you keep barking and
How
barking?
about you give
and
an
barking?
explanation on the Bengals and stop talking about
Dog,
pets for a
I
second?
have told you. I'm trying to, but you keep cutting me off. Like,
This is
All right.
nuts.
That was a nice
I
motor.
feel like you're stalling right now.
you have no reason to not like the Bengals right there.
Why are they
what-
not
what
higher?
do you like about the Bengals?
They had the most impressive victory this week.
How do you think they got that done?
More impressive than what the Patriots did?
Passing yards.
So
Jamar
you
Chase.
think Jamar Chase, their wide receiver core, Jamar Chase is the big reason why they got that
Oh, yeah.
victory.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamar Chase had more receiving yards than Pat Mahomes had passing yards.
Yeah,
All
Jamar
right.
Chase went
Figure
off
that
that
out.
game. He had some amazing catches. He
All right.
had, 2 touchdowns? 1 touchdown.
Maybe 3. He definitely had 2.
What? What are you talking about? Jamar Chase.
You have ears?
He had 3
He
touchdowns.
had 3 tutties, 266
touchdowns.
yards.
266 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay, so is he alone the reason why?
3rd and
what?
I don't know
27.
if
He
it's-
converted.
All right, here, let's
I don't know
talk
if it's
bold
alone.
right now.
I don't know if
Are
it's
Jamar
alone.
Chase and Joe Burrow the most deadly combo in the NFL right now?
No.
This week,
Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers,
but
and Devontae Adams,
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah, that
Stafford,
could
and
be,
Cooper Kupp,
yeah.
and
I'm
then
not-
you can
yeah.
talk after that. He's
Yeah.
on a level below.
Because
those
they haven't
two.
done it all year. I mean, they've had good
Well-
games. They've had good games together, but not on a
They haven't done it
consistent basis.
consistently.
Yeah.
There was a
all year.
time where Jamar Chase was pretty quiet for a few weeks.
yeah.
Do we think they're the next combo in the NFL, the big combo? Do you think
They
they're
could
the
be.
next Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams? Is
They
this going to
keep-
fall off?
I want to keep seeing it. You know, I've seen this. We've probably seen this before. Someone has a really good season, and then next thing you know,
Yeah.
they ain't what they was. Could it happen?
They
though?
ain't
It
what
could.
they was.
It could.
They ain't what they was.
They
I
ain't
couldn't
what
have
they
said any
was.
better myself.
Wow.
They ain't what they was.
But I can see the Bengals falling off after this year, honestly.
Oh.
Not heavy. Not heavy. I'm not saying they're going to be like last in the
Man, I don't
division,
know.
but
from what I'm seeing, I feel like they're the powerhouse in the
So
AFC
I don't know if
North.
they're going to fall off.
Yeah.
I definitely don't see them falling off.
I
Yeah,
see
damn
them.
it.
Because there's a difference between Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Joe Burrow can throw.
Here's the
Oh,
thing
yeah.
which is
Oh, yeah.
deadly. Their offense is insane right now, and they're all young. They're not really that old on offense, which
Joe
is very
Mixon's like the
dangerous.
only one that you can say, but
hey, they stayed their first year. They stayed healthy. They're the healthiest team in the NFL. Nobody on
Wow.
that team got hurt ever.
No?
it's in the Cincy water.
And because I just jinxed it, you're welcome, Cincinnati. Because I did it with Derrick Henry, I'll do it to you too. Get out of my division.
See, I'm rooting for 'em, man. I
I'm
do
not.
hope somehow they go all the way. I
I'm
would
not.
love to see Cincy in the Super Bowl.
You
I
have
would.
such a bias. You have such a bias.
I do, but again, I like underdog teams.
I don't even know if they're are they even an underdog
Yeah,
anymore?
they
They're
are.
not
Yeah,
now.
they
Going
are.
into the
I
season, of
consider them an
course,
underdog
but now, no.
I think even still they're an underdog.
I mean, like besides like the Chiefs and maybe the Titans, I feel like they're the favorite to come out of the North, out of the AFC right now.
Do you think so? I don't. I feel like the Colts are more favored than the Bengals
Our
are.
coach is lost.
They did,
And they don't
but
have a
The
quarterback.
Bengals have been losing all season pretty much. They obviously they had some huge
don't
games.
They have like 10 wins now? Yeah.
No, they do, but they lost to what teams did they lose to? We looked over it, and they don't really have the most impressive wins before they
lost some
the
bad
Chiefs.
games too. I think like Vegas-wise, the Bengals are more favored than the Colts.
I was gonna say maybe you can maybe say the Bills, but I feel like the Bengals are an all-around better team than the Bills right now.
This is a team that came out of nowhere this year, and of course, like I said, my dad, he deserves, I think, a good season for once, which he got one. Of course, I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
Hey,
they're fun to watch.
They are, exactly.
That was the most entertaining game this week.
I just don't know if you could call them an underdog team at this point.
Yeah, in my opinion, like I said, I would love for them to do it, but I don't see them beating the Chiefs again if they see the Chiefs in the playoffs. I think they'd have a tough time with the Titans and any team, which I guess you could say this whole season is pretty much any team, but I could see them losing to any of these AFC teams that are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you could say
like
almost any of the teams.
Yeah, but I would be shocked if the Bengals beat the Chiefs again in the playoffs. I wouldn't be shocked if the Colts beat the Bengals.
Yeah.
Would you be shocked if the Bengals beat the Colts? Because I wouldn't be shocked.
No, but I think that's two teams that are kind of closer. Where I feel like the Chiefs again are a step above.
Bengals or Bills?
I would honestly lean towards Bills. I would.
I'm not going to argue it.
I would lean towards Bills.
I'm not going to argue it. I feel like the Bengals have a more complete team right now. But hey, how about number 6?
The Cardinals. Now they moved up 2 spots after their win. Over the Cowboys.
Good job, TJ.
They beat the Cowboys. Cowboys dropped.
Yeah.
Cardinals won.
Did it without D-Hop. Pretty good defense they were going up against.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Green was doing pretty well against
Trayvon Diggs giving up more yards.
Yeah.
They pretty Diggs, dude. You know why he gets picks? Because no one's afraid to throw towards him. That's why. He's given up the most yards for a cornerback
I seen that. Yeah.
So that's why he gets all his interceptions. You know why? Because they're like, whatever. They just throw it his way. You know? How do you have that many picks, but yet you've given up the most yards?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. That's insane.
I mean, yeah, that is true. Well, I mean,
That's
whenever
crazy.
he, to be fair, like he's covering the number one wide receiver on the other team, so they're going to go his way a lot.
You don't see him doing
well,
that?
Jalen Ramsey's another level. Like,
but
that's not even a comparison.
He reminds me a lot of Richard Sherman, kind of, in my opinion. Where it seems like Richard Sherman in his career kind of let up a lot of yards, but he would always come up with like a crazy pick or something like that would kind of end the game, and it'd be like, oh, well, look at this, instead of how many yards he kind of gave up throughout the game.
Yeah. And he was always snatching chains.
Yeah.
Right, who was the one that was it him?
No,
that was Akeem Talib.
Yeah.
Michael Crabtree.
Crabtree. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does commentary now, believe it or not.
He's the one that sucks at it.
Okay, calm down. You could do a better job.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my goodness!
Look at that catch. He was nice with it.
Nice with it. I'd have people saying catchphrases all over town.
You literally have people not watching the rest of the game.
Nah, dog. I would bring viewers in.
You literally have people
radio
watching. You'd have people not being able to use their new surround sound system because they don't want to listen to any volume. With
That
you
is
talking.
the most insulting thing you've ever said.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
I don't know because it's
That's
true.
not true at all.
It's so true.
Oh,
Would you listen to TJ commentate a whole NFL
This has
game?
just gotten so sidetracked.
Oh, I know. That's what
we're talking about.
I'd rather listen to Booger McFarlane.
You realize the Cardinals have been up here for like a half hour. We haven't even talked about it yet.
So the Cardinals are your favorite team to come out of the NFC, correct?
It can't be anymore. It can't be. They all coof.
I can't say they're my. I want them to win the Super Bowl, right?
Okay.
That's the team I want to. Do I think they will? There's definitely still hope.
Yeah.
There's definitely still a chance.
Yeah.
Is it likely?
So
I can't say that.
So they had a very impressive win over a Cowboys team, which everybody said, hey, number one defense in the league. Why
No
didn't
James
you-
Conner again,
Why
though.
didn't you move them higher?
Or Randall Moore.
Because the teams ahead of them, I felt, really proved that they're top 5.
I feel like the real question is why didn't you have them lower? Because they're 1-4 this past month.
They were lower. They were down at 8, and I moved them up 2.
Because they're 1-4 this month.
Would you put the Bengals over the Cardinals?
Yeah,
I wouldn't. That's where I kind of drew the line because
it'd be pretty close.
Cowboys went down. Bengals
Maybe
moved
I
up.
wouldn't, but it'd be pretty close.
Would you put the Bengals over the Cowboys?
Hey, we'll find out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
I got to think about it. I don't want to just have like spots. Yes or no.
This again. I said with this list in the beginning of the video. I feel like any team could literally be anywhere. Like you could say the Bengals are the number 1 team right now, and I would honestly be like, okay.
You can't say that.
But that's why they're at 7. I feel like the Cardinals are a better team. I feel like they have more of a shot in the playoffs than the Bengals do. That's why I have them ahead of them. And in terms of coming out of the NFC, I feel like the Packers are my favorite to
See, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the Cardinals are a more beatable team in the playoffs right now than the Bengals are. I feel like any of the teams.
Well, the NFC to me is more of a powerhouse than the AFC. So NFC is harder to come out of.
Right.
Like I don't know who they're playing technically right now in whatever playoff spot that they're in, but I could see the Rams beating them. I can't see the Eagles. I can't see the Eagles beating them, but I don't know. The Bucks, I could see the Bucks beating them. Like they don't seem like they're the powerhouse anymore that they were.
Ever since they lost to the Lions, everything's kind of like.
It's not even that loss to the Lions. It was how many losses they had in a row. That's what really kind of was like,
the Lions one definitely didn't help there because it just brought flashbacks of previous years.
Yeah, that's where it kind of like clicked for me. That was like, they're not unbeatable. Like, these teams are doing it, and the Lions are doing it. ¿Qué pasa?
Yeah, the Lions also have a chance to spoil the Steelers' playoff hopes.
Yeah, the Lions honestly have done a lot this season.
With doing nothing.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, their wins and ties that they have are actually pretty significant.
So right now, they're playing the Cowboys again, wild card weekend.
Cards, boys.
Yeah.
Little rematch going down.
Man, that'd be exciting. I would like to see that a lot.
Yeah. Again.
All right, anyways, how about number 5?
Bills.
The Bills were number 7 last week.
They went up
bumped up
went up
too. Dude, your whole thing is finagled. I mean, there is no respect given for any your previous list whatsoever. What are you even looking at your previous list for anymore at this point?
About?
You know what I'm saying, brother?
What?
There's just no respect for your previous list. Like, you got to stay your ground at some point.
You wanted everyone to stay.
I mean, you're literally a frog with how much you're hopping around right now.
They're just all over the place.
What did you like about the Bills that you moved them up so much?
They are consistently doing it. Like, they're just winning.
They are, but
aggressively.
Allen, which again, they won in the end. It doesn't matter. They won by 15 points or whatever that it was. But Josh Allen threw 2 very costly interceptions that ended up letting the Falcons come back and be up at halftime.
Yeah, but
is that concerning? How
many times has he done it this season? He's not a pick thrower. Like this one game, yeah, but
do you think he's a nose picker?
And then pretty much the entire second half, Josh Allen kind of pretty much just did it his own on his feet. Do you think that's concerning going into the playoffs?
It's concerning going into other seasons. I don't think it's concerning going into the playoffs because if it's working right now, it's working.
Not going to work in the playoffs.
It might because we keep saying we literally have said since the beginning of the season, Josh Allen is literally their entire offense, passing wise, rushing wise.
What if they go up against a team like the Chiefs that have a really good defense and they shut down Josh Allen? There's nothing that they could do.
But the
point.
Chiefs did shut down Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Oh man, I kind of like the matchup versus the Chiefs a lot. I don't know.
I
could see this is a team that I feel like right now is leaning towards a one and done. I would
agree.
like to see the Bills are one of the teams that I feel like can legitimately knock off the Chiefs. But on the other hand, I'm leaning towards
Bills
no matter
beat
who
the Chiefs already too, so that'd be tough to do that twice.
It would. I don't know. Because we got to remember the Bills still do have a good defense.
Mm-hmm.
They do. Yeah. They do. But my main concern is their offense.
Still lost their best corner, though.
Yeah, I know. No Tre'Davious White is not okay.
They're a team that I can see beating anybody. I don't see anybody beating them, but I can see...
What do you mean you don't see anybody beating them?
I don't see... if the Raiders and Bills played, I'm picking the Bills all day.
What about Chiefs?
What about Bengals?
Chiefs, I think that's a toss-up.
I think anybody could beat the Bills in the playoffs.
The Bengals and Bills, I'm picking the Bills.
Okay.
But, yeah, I bumped them up. I like them at number 5. But, again, this is the list where I said any team can be anywhere. They could be at number 7. The Bengals could be right there for all I care. But from, what I've seen in the past few weeks and going towards the playoffs, I see them right smack dab in the middle, number 5.
Okay.
I do agree with the offense thing where
their
run game's not there.
Nope.
But everything else is there for
I
them.
feel like their passing game hasn't exactly been there either.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's all Josh
I've
Allen
seen
on
it.
offense.
I've seen it.
I mean, Stephon Diggs hasn't had a great season by any
Disappointing
means.
year by
I thought,
him, yeah.
I mean,
No,
like
yeah.
I considered him like a top 3 wide receiver before this year.
Yeah.
And I don't right
The
now.
loss last year when the AFC Championship, he said, he was hungry, he wanted to come in here and get redemption. So
He's still hungry. He's gonna stay hungry.
He's gonna get his top ramen one of these days.
He's got to go on a cruise and get the
teams are gonna
buffet.
take, you think?
Oh man, I don't know. But number 4. Technical difficulties, guys. My apologies.
Stays in the 4th place.
The Bucks.
Yes.
They just lost to their other receiver.
Yes.
He quit.
But they started playing better without him.
They were
I
playing
don't
the
think
Jets.
so.
Okay, let's
You don't
calm
think they
down.
started playing better without
They're
him?
playing the Jets. They just might just toss that game anyway.
I thought you were saying they're better without him.
No,
And I don't
they
think
started
that's true.
playing better without him that
Dude,
game.
Yeah,
I know they
yeah.
have Tom Brady. I don't like the Bucks anymore.
Listen,
I don't.
the Bucks don't really
They
have
lost
too many
Godwin
weapons
and
anymore.
Antonio Brown.
But you know who they got?
The MVP,
Gronk.
possibly.
Le'Veon Bell.
Well,
What do you think Tom Brady can get MVP?
yeah, I mean,
I
it's
think
between.
yeah.
Rodgers
I
locked
think
it
He has
up.
1,000 more yards than Aaron Rodgers does
I
passing.
think he's going to get MVP.
I think this year
I've
is
been
going to be
saying
the
that for
closest
weeks
year
now.
for an MVP race that I've
Right
ever
now,
seen.
Aaron Rodgers is like far the favorite though.
I don't think far.
Looking at the odds,
I don't think
I'm saying
far.
no. The odds. I'm saying like
Sure,
looking
with the
at it.
odds, but it's kind of weird because Tom Brady literally has 1,000 more passing
Yeah.
yards.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
I feel like it's going to be kind of close.
Yeah.
I think Aaron Rodgers is probably going to get it. I think it's going to be pretty close.
Back to back.
Yeah.
I
Has
don't like.
anybody ever done that?
Oh yeah, Peyton Manning. I think.
Did Peyton Manning
I
get
think.
back
I'm
to
not 100% on that actually.
Mm.
I know you got
Oh.
it 5 times. I don't know if he ever did it back to
Yeah.
back.
Cannot confirm or deny
The-
that statement.
I'll tell you what. I am nervous for the Buccaneers going into the playoffs.
I don't like 'em.
because
I
again,
don't like
if
'em.
Fournette, if something happens with Fournette and Fournette's
I
done,
mean, stuff has been happening with Fournette.
exactly.
That's the thing.
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
Stuff
If
has
he's
been
not
happening
healthy-
all season, and they're still gonna get done. They adjust like no other team I've seen before. Like literally, it doesn't matter who's out there. Brady is like so calculated that like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what happens to the team. He's still gonna figure stuff
Yeah.
out.
Except for
the
versus
defense
the
is
Saints.
there.
Yeah,
Except for versus the Saints.
Yeah,
He
they-
ain't figured it out.
They didn't
that
figure
time.
out that. No. He broke a
Saints
tablet.
still have, I think, the slightest chance of making the playoffs as well somehow, even though
yeah.
the Eagles have clinched.
The-
So they could technically play each other.
The Bucks, I do have concern for them.
I like 'em.
could see them getting knocked off right away, but at the same time, any
It
team
is
that
hard
goes
to count
against
them
them, any team that goes against them, they have a chance to beat.
I remember the year they were playing the Titans in the playoffs. They were 1 and done. I see that happening to Tom Brady this year.
The Patriots.
Mm-hmm. But Tom Brady with the Bucks,
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
played the Titans that year, dude. They were just 1 and done. They just didn't have it together, and I think that's going to happen this year to them.
No, I can see it.
I can see that, but at the same time, I could see them playing the Packers and beating them.
I could see that
Their
too.
two biggest players in the Super Bowl last year were AB and
And
Fournette.
apparently Gronk's in the doghouse.
What'd he do?
Apparently,
What'd he do?
Tom Brady wasn't giving him any targets. Apparently, and they were saying that Gronk was in Tom Brady's doghouse. I don't know why, but apparently that was a thing.
Hey, married couple.
Well, he's not gonna have a choice anymore. He's
I was
gonna have
gonna
it.
say,
Then.
I know.
He's running out of weapons. He's running out of targets. Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk about team number 3.
Number 3, the Rams. Didn't
Get
move.
rammed.
Damn, they
They
are
had a
not a
scary
number
game.
3 team to me right now.
I agree.
Really?
Stafford.
Who does then? Because you don't
Stafford.
like the Bucks. Who's your number 3 team?
The Bills. The Bengals.
No, not the Bills.
The
I would-
Cowboys.
honestly, I like the Bengals a little bit. I might even have the Bengals up there.
Wow.
Dude, I'm gonna start. Stafford's throwing picks after picks after.
Yeah, but that was one game.
no,
it
he's
hasn't.
been doing it. What do you mean one game?
Matthew Stafford.
Dude's thrown like
Alright.
7 picks in like 3 games or something crazy like that.
I genuinely feel like Matthew Stafford's getting a little nervous.
Against the Ravens, beat up secondary, he threw 2 picks.
Yeah.
Come on, man, you can't do that.
I think it's starting to get to the real time where, hey, we're about to start
I'm
playing
concerned with
playoff
them.
football here, and I think he's worried.
That's true, but look
I
at
don't think he's
the
worried.
rest of the team. Cooper Kupp, wide receiver, number 1, number 2 wide receiver in the league.
Yeah.
Defense.
Aaron Donald.
No, their defense is insane. They got Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald,
They're
Von
not
Miller.
living up to that powerhouse
not.
name though.
They're
man.
not.
Von Miller's
They're
not
not.
that great, but
I
don't
just
know.
feel like
People
I don't
are saying,
know.
"Oh, Odell's back, dude. He has the same amount of yards in 7 games as he did in Cleveland." He's not doing that great. Like people need to calm down with him.
So, but the thing is, the Rams don't have much of a future. Like, this is like, they're going for it. You don't think they're going for it?
Yeah, but it's no guarantee they're going to win.
There's no guarantee, but I think they have the weapons.
Am I still picking them? Yeah. Am I concerned?
That's the thing. You're still picking them. I'm picking them. I have them number 3.
It's just because of Stafford's interceptions.
So why do you think, Tommy, I'm very curious to think, why don't you think Matthew Stafford might be a little bit shaken up with how he's performing?
I don't think
why is he performing the way that he is then?
I feel like it's just a chemistry thing. I mean, you bring in a new wide receiver with Odell Beckham. This is your first time on this new team. I feel like your first year, like, I know it seems like he's been there for a while now, like 17 weeks. I feel like sometimes it takes longer to, like, completely get a full chemistry going with everybody. He did lose Robert
Woods, too.
Plus, he lost Woods.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's been around the block way too many times. Yeah. I feel like they're really getting nervous.
Yeah, I don't think he's nervous.
But this isn't even the playoffs. This is the regular season.
You're
also.
Right. You're right.
Maybe you can make a case for me for that for the playoffs, just because he really hasn't been there.
It's just tough for me to see that whenever they started as hot as they did, because that was the beginning of his Rams career, and it seemed like they were clicking in the beginning.
Yeah.
You of course added OBJ, but at this point, OBJ's been on the team for 5 weeks now. How many weeks now?
Yeah, I definitely know that, but I mean, like, you're talking like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams he's been throwing balls to him for how long now? Like 5 years.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
Cooper Kupp still is the best receiver this year.
Best receiver, but
he's
best performing receiver, but he ain't better than Devontae Adams.
I know, but I'm saying chemistry. I mean, it's not like they don't got chemistry together.
Oh yeah, I mean that's also true, but I mean, there's a lot more players on the team than just Cooper Kupp.
There are.
I don't think Matt Stafford is even the slightest bit nervous.
I don't think he's nervous. I just think he's underperforming.
If anything, he feels pressured to get the job done because he knows this is the end. I mean, it's not the end for him, but like he's nearing the end of his career. He's not getting any younger, and he knows what they gave up to get him.
Well,
so feel pressured? Sure. I don't think he's like nervous. Maybe he feels like there's a lot of weight on his shoulders.
He's juiced.
He's juiced, baby. I mean, he ain't playing like he's juiced.
I mean, you got to think, like you mentioned, they traded all this stuff for him. They gave up so much for him. They brought in some other weapons in OBJ, which isn't the greatest weapon. But, again, it's kind of a now or never for this Rams team. And they thought he was the key option. He was the key for it. So that has to come with a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of pressure is more on, like, McVay and the owners for allowing, like, all the trades to happen. Like, he didn't choose to be there. He got traded there.
No, but this is a great... I mean, obviously Matthew Stafford is a good quarterback, and this is a lot of kind of pressure on his shoulders being like, okay, now you're on a different team. Everybody thinks you're very good. It's time to now show it. Everybody said, okay, while you were on the Lions, you had no weapons. Now you're on the Rams team with all these weapons, all this defense. Yeah.
That's one time he made the playoffs. Yeah.
So now, I don't know. I feel like he is just kind of, maybe it is pressure, maybe it's not necessarily nerves, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff riding on Matthew Stafford's shoulders, and maybe it's kind of getting to him.
All right. So now we got number 2.
Number 2. It's the Chiefs. They bumped down from number 1 because they lost.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was a close game.
It was a close game, Joe. You're right.
Can I say something, TJ?
Good.
I love what you did with your top 3, I think. The Rams are definitely questionable. The Rams are questionable, but like who else would be above them right now? So that's why I like what you're doing. I like what you did with the Chiefs.
Thank you.
Obviously, let's not talk about number 1 yet, but I like what you did there.
You can talk about it.
I ain't gonna talk about it yet.
No, you can talk about it, dude.
I don't really want to. I mean, let's talk about the Chiefs for a second.
Oh, we can.
They ended up blowing a early lead that they had.
Yeah.
Their offense.
That's the problem I do have with them is that they had a big lead. Mm-hmm. If it was a shootout from the get-go, they're both exchanging touchdowns. But, man, they were up over 14 points.
Yeah.
It was 14-0 at the beginning.
21-7.
Yeah.
But their secondary got exposed.
Mm-hmm. Expose them.
Which, I mean, in the beginning of the season, that was definitely their weak point, and then they kind of...
It's bad. I mean, 3rd and 27, you're going to put Jamar Chase one-on-one? Come on now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a problem with playing the Bengals because if you double team them, you got T. Higgins,
Boyd.
you have Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, but the way he was already going off up to that play. You got to just say, F it, we're double covering him because he's going off. You don't put him one-on-one.
Yeah, true.
It's just so tough, too, because obviously, he's a spectacular player, but it's just, I guess, tough for teams to do that whenever he's a rookie.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Or again, like I
Right.
said, I mean, he's
Dog.
showing
To give
up.
him so much respect where you're
Going
double
into that
teaming.
play,
Exactly.
he had 200 yards
You-
already.
No, you're
so
right.
Like,
Also, like that in particular play where it's 3rd and 27. I mean, I don't think anybody's expecting. Even the Bengals, like, were they expecting to pick up a 3rd and 27? Like, come on, like, let's be
Yeah.
real for a second. They took Joe Burrow took a shot. He threw a back shoulder pass, and Chase caught like
Joe Burrow
his
even
third one,
said it
third
in
back
the-
shoulder.
in his like post game press conference or whatever. He was like the meme where he's just like, F it, you know, Jamar Chase is out there somewhere. Yeah, that was pretty jokes, but it's like, wow.
I would have kept the Chiefs at number 1 had they gotten the ball that last drive. I feel like they would have scored. There was 50-something seconds left.
That's the vibe I got.
The ending of the game was spectacular for the Bengals. The way
for
that
sure.
they got the flag and then they kneeled it out, kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
Good for you. But you were scared. I could smell it. You guys were scared.
Well, I wouldn't say they were scared. Just because if they were
went for it on
scared,
that
they
fourth
just go
down.
and kick the field
Well, no,
goal.
they went for it on that 4th down, though. And them going up for it on that 4th down showed to me that they're too scared to give Patrick Mahomes a minute left on the clock.
Yeah.
Well,
rather
yeah,
than kicking
okay.
the
I
field goal.
mean,
with that. I do
I
agree
feel
with
like
that.
that would be a lot of teams, but like,
Oh, yeah. No,
but
no,
they
right.
were able to hold their nuts, which I
Yeah.
feel like most teams wouldn't do. They would
weren't-
not do it.
They've seen what they were dealing with. They knew Patrick Mahomes had done this 18 bajillion times. They knew he could do it. They knew the offense that the Chiefs do have. So they were like, listen, we have a good offense. We have all of the momentum right now. We need to go for it. We need to end this game before Patrick Mahomes has anything to say about it. And again, that shows that they have smarts. They know what they have to do.
But that's the thing right there, though, is Patrick Mahomes has done it a bajillion times.
Yeah.
He can do it.
Yeah.
He most likely, I think, would have done it.
Yeah.
Which
I think
is
he
I would have put
why-
my money on them doing it.
I think he would have done it. Yeah.
Okay, well, let me say that
that's-
a field goal. He could have got them a field goal. Like, I think he definitely could have got them 3 if they kicked the field goal.
Yeah.
Sure.
If they get the touchdown early, I would
I
not put
still-
money. I would not put money.
Just because
on
well,
that.
they had no
still think so.
timeouts. That's the only thing that would have been
Yeah.
against them.
No
I
timeouts
still
either.
think they could
I
have done it.
still think they would have done it. That's the thing. And that's why
That's where I'd cut the line.
I literally almost left them at number 1 because of that reason. The fact is they didn't do that. So I had to bump them down. But, dang, I'm tired.
And there is no guarantees
insane.
either. There is no guarantees either because they have been a little bit shaky at times.
They have.
So
oh, man,
Well,
I'm
you look at
telling
the early game this season with the Packers, where they went to overtime, which again, that was more on the kickers than anything. But they didn't elect to end that game. They went to overtime, and it ended up biting them in the butt. It wasn't, really.
I mean, it ended up being the best case scenario possible
Yeah.
for the Bengals
Oh,
with
for
how it
sure.
worked with the penalties and all that. But like, if you really think back on it, it was like a really well calculated risk.
It was.
Because
It was,
if
yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
get it, okay, say they kick a field goal,
Yeah.
I'd put a lot of money on the Chiefs are going to be able
I
to get a
agree.
field goal back. Like,
Yep.
definitely,
If
I
not-
really do.
yeah, I
With a
agree.
minute, I'm thinking they're coming back.
They got a
in.
good
knew
kicker
that.
too.
Able to
so, I
kick a
mean,
field goal.
He could kick a 55, 56
Right.
yarder.
So
if
at
he had
that
to.
point, they're going into overtime.
Yep.
Now they're deciding to go for it. If they don't get it, the Chiefs are on the 1 yard line.
Yep.
They're going into overtime.
Yep, and the Bengals have already come back from a deficit in this game. Are they really going to go down again? Are they going to be able to stop the Chiefs' offense
Right.
if they get the coin flip? It's,
Right.
I agree. I think that was the best case
Plus,
scenario. for
I feel like the
Bengals.
best thing for the Bengals is just the fact that they did decide to go for it. Like, that whole situation right there brings so much energy to your
for
team.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, coming away actually winning
You
after
beat
all that.
the arguably best team in the NFL. That's
Right,
huge.
and you- and,
they're
like-
in your
Oh,
conference.
I'll
They
just-
celebrated like they just won the Super Bowl. Did you see the post game?
Yeah, that's
stuff?
one thing you got to, like, be a little careful. Like,
Well, they
it's
just won the
nice and
division,
all.
that's
It's-
probably why, too.
That's
Like,
what it
that's
was.
nice, but,
Yeah.
like, don't celebrate too much because, like, at the end of the day, what does that really mean?
It was. I
Absolutely
think, like
nothing.
Joe
I
mentioned,
don't
it
know.
was
That was
more of a
They clinched the
division.
division.
Yeah,
That was big
That's-
for them, though.
Oh, for
Right.
sure it
That was
was. That's
huge.
the best team in the AFC. That's your
Yeah.
conference. That's who you got to go through to get to the
They
Super
haven't
I
Bowl.
won
feel
the
like-
division since 2015.
Right,
Nobody
I mean, and they're,
expected them to do
they're
it this
showing
year.
that by, like, doing a ton. I don't know. I kind of just, like,
I agree. You
pretend
don't wanna
like you've been there
celebrate. Yeah, I
before
know.
type
Yeah, I
deal, you
know.
know? Like, it's good to celebrate and whatnot. I mean, especially off a big win like
Joe
that.
Burrow
but,
had
like,
another cigar in the locker
Yeah,
room.
I've seen that.
Stogie.
Did you see his
Stogie?
shirt? He had
Yeah.
all the LSU guys on there.
Well,
or
he had all
whatever
his
he
receivers. It was
Yeah,
all his
yeah.
receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's my number 2 team.
How about number 1?
The
No surprise.
Packers.
Yeah.
No surprise. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question with that.
They
No.
did what they needed to do. The Vikings, they handled them very easily. Devontae Adams had a really good game. Aaron Rodgers looked like he was, calm and collected out
Yep.
there. Yeah, I mean,
There.
that's what you want to see going into, the playoffs for this team. And they clinched is it this week or last week where they clinched the first
They
seed.
they clinched number 1 seed.
This seed. So
Yeah, with
again,
the
that's
Cowboys
another
losing.
huge thing.
So Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to it sounds like Aaron Rodgers is going to be sitting out
He said he wants to play.
Oh, did he?
I think
Here's-
he should.
Oh wow.
Dang, I'm gonna disagree with Joe this year, and I'm gonna. There's a shot they could go to the Super Bowl.
I'm getting those vibes too.
Yeah.
The thing that's
Of course, there's a shot.
holding me back
They're not going to.
is
but
if
there's
they
a
play the
shot.
Cardinals. I think that would be such a good SmackDown, and I think the Cardinals would win it.
They
and
would
go
want
to the Super Bowl.
redemption from their loss earlier in the season, but in my opinion, the Cardinals aren't the team that they were whenever they played
They're
the
not.
Packers.
Dude, the
last.
Cardinals had the Packers number though in the playoffs, dude. They beat them, I think, at least twice in the playoffs.
Yeah, I do.
That's with a way worse Cardinals team
That
too.
will be like my game of the years. Packers and Cardinals
Oh.
on like the NFC Championship. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I think they do deserve to be number 1 this week.
Yep.
I do.
Number 1, yeah, no doubt. I mean, they had an easy game. They versed a backup quarterback,
Yeah,
but
but
I mean, at the end of the day, they dominated. They shut down Dalvin Cook to literally nothing.
yes.
yeah.
Which is a lot easier whenever you're in, the other team's not a threat to throw the ball at all.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, they laid the smackdown. They look good. They got 2 running backs that they could sub in at any time that do 2 different things. Aaron Jones and
Oh,
AJ
yeah.
Dillon are 2 completely different backs, and it's a good thing to have.
Are they the
One.
best duo in football right now, do we think?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
You can't really
Nick
make an
Chubb and
argument.
Kareem Hunt fell off heavy.
can't- yeah, you
They
can't
can't
really
stay
make an
healthy
argument for
together.
that.
Zeke and Pollard.
Zeke and Pollard to be
They're
there, too.
arguable, but in my opinion, they haven't.
They haven't
really
been playing
done
as
enough.
good.
Yeah.
What about Najee and Benny Snell?
Wow.
One
Najee
thing
owns that backfield.
I do want to say, which I thought about it for number 10. I almost put the Titans over the Colts, but I didn't.
I don't
I
know.
No,
thought
wait, you
about
don't
it.
have the Titans in your
He,
top
had,
10?
he didn't have them in the top 10, which
No.
I didn't even realize.
Wait,
until-
what?
The Titans, I think, need to be in the top 10.
Holy
I-
crap.
okay,
Wait,
you
out of
can't-
all weeks,
All right.
time out. Holy
Okay,
crap.
You can't be that surprised.
No.
You're now just realizing that he didn't
Yeah.
do that.
I thought they were all freaking locked to be in it. I didn't even realize.
I
No,
didn't
that's
really
this is
realize it
freaking
either.
stupid, TJ. Holy crap. This is so dumb. This is so
So
dumb.
who would you kick out the Colts then? I feel like there's nobody
Yeah,
else that
or
you
s-
could.
like, yeah, you can't.
I'm
Like
fine
out
with
of
that,
all
dog.
weeks, to not have.
Fine with that, dude. I'm saying it
No,
right
it's
now.
like they shouldn't even be like 10. Like they should be.
Who would you put then? Who would you put?
Bro, I'm about to say 3, bro. I'm about to
Titans
say
at
3.
number 3
Okay.
over the Rams.
Relax.
They're like a top 5 right now at this point.
I would put them top 5. I would.
Oh, they shouldn't even.
3.
It's not even a question. They're in the top 10. They're number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
AJ Brown's back. They're going to be getting Derrick Henry back.
Maybe.
They've been looking better. They destroyed the Dolphins, who were on a 7-game winning streak. Wasn't even close.
I would put them at number 10. I looking back at it, I was between the Colts and Titans, and I would put them at number 10.
But you liked them all season, pretty much.
I still like them.
And now
I still like
you
them.
have them. Okay,
Dog,
so you make an adjustment, and they're in the top 10. But that shouldn't even have been a question. The fact that you even had to
No, it's
think
always
about
a
it for a
question.
second
It's
is
always a
disrespectful.
No, it's not. Dog,
They're
they
the
have
number 1 team in the AFC.
statistically.
Statistically, yeah.
Okay. You think they're beating the Patriots?
Yes.
Wow. You think they're beating the Patriots?
Bro, I was the biggest hater of the Titans whenever Derrick Henry went
in
out.
the playoffs, I would pick the Titans over the Patriots.
Which
Yeah.
right now they don't
but
have.
they
them.
don't, which is why
No.
I didn't put them in there right now.
But you always said it didn't matter. Like, oh, they only lost 1 piece.
See, I haven't really heard anything about it. And of course, now they don't.
Who
really
even knows if he
need
is
to.
going to come
You
back?
know what? They probably want to keep it quiet. They probably don't want people to know
Yeah.
if he's coming
I was
back
gonna
or
say
not.
because there were talks about him coming back for Week 18 to kind of
Well, at
shake
this
off all the
point,
rust.
it's
but again,
well,
yeah,
It's definitely not pointless because
You're right,
they
you're right.
win, then
Yeah.
they lock up the first round.
yeah,
seed.
yeah, you're right.
So it is
I
very
could
important.
see that happening. I'm surprised nobody's really said anything about it or talked about it. Maybe they are trying
Nah.
to keep it on the
Dude,
raft.
he's been
but-
quiet since he's gotten hurt.
That's
Yeah.
disrespectful, TJ. You messed up. I actually thought this
I don't
list
think-
was like pretty nice, and then whenever I
Alright.
realized the Titans are out of it, this
Oh,
is
obviously they're not
that's-
that great for you to not realize.
That's what I'm saying.
no.
Yeah, come on,
No,
man.
I was waiting, and then I forgot about it because like I was expecting them to like be top 5, so they cleared my memory.
Number 3 though. Holy.
I'm not saying I put him at number 3, but like I
I put
consider,
them top
I
five.
consider
Over the Bills.
because there is no definitive number 3.
There's no definitive. The's not really a definitive anything at this
There's a
point, honestly.
definitive 1 and a definitive 2.
Yeah,
Do you put them over the Bills?
yeah.
Over the Cardinals?
I don't know, I got to think about
Maybe.
it, but
Okay,
like they're
see,
easy.
exactly. It's not easy. I don't like the
I take back
Titans
what
as
I
much
said. As you do. They're good. They're in the top 10. I don't like him as good
I'll
as
have
you
him
do.
at 10. I'll make that adjustment right here, right now.
See, I think with Derrick Henry coming back, they're going to be dangerous.
But that's
But
it's also not
they
confirmed.
smacked down your team
Well,
that you thought was going to win,
it's
Joe, by like a
confirmed-
lot,
yeah,
by
it's
like
confirmed
30
that he's
points.
coming back
yeah,
for
they did.
playoffs. It's just
You don't
right,
like him
but
at
I'm
all?
saying this
Against
week.
other AFC teams in the playoffs, I don't.
The AFC's not that dominant though.
Huh?
They're not that dominant. The AFC's not that dominant.
I honestly, if the Titans and the Bills played, I would like the Titans over the Bills. Of course, that's with Derrick Henry.
They
But
could, yeah.
Yeah,
all right, well,
kind of interesting.
For some reason,
don't
I
like him over
don't.
the
I
Patriots.
still don't like Tannehill that much. I know him and AJ Brown are clicking more, but I just don't. In big situations, I don't know if I like him.
And their defense is mid.
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 You could say that. I mean, but their defense has been the past 3 weeks. They haven't
way
been
better
mid.
than I
Yeah.
thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
The
for sure.
past 3 weeks they've been.
They were the worst defense
really
in the league
good.
coming
Yeah.
into this year.
Just
All
wanted to make sure you didn't forget about me, Tennessee. I didn't forget about you.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I brought it
forgot
up.
about him.
I put him at number
I
10.
forgot about him.
Yeah.
I didn't think about him.
You're the one that forgot about him. Hate him, not me. That's my list for this week. Going into week 18.
One more.
One more.
Yeah.
Playoff list. He's top 10 going into the playoffs.
We are going to make a playoff bracket. If we can make a tournament with everybody, we're going to set it up on ESPN and
excited
allow
to do
everybody to
Me
do
too.
that.
Me too.
I think we're going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
I hope. I hope we're going to be able to do
I think
that.
we are. Yeah.
If not, we're at least going to do like a video of a bracket of each of our individual
Yeah.
brackets, and we're going
That's
to.
100%. You're going to get that. We're making brackets.
We're
Oh,
just
yeah.
trying to make it so everybody can
Yeah.
make a bracket
Yeah.
and kind of compete.
Oh, yeah.
So you best be subscribed.
You better do it.
Might be
You best be subscribed. That might be a prop for you.
We'll see you next one. Peace.
Peace.